All right, guys. So once again, we got to talk about The View because they've said something extremely stupid, right? Extremely stupid. Yeah, I don't understand how these women get paid to talk about these things, but hey, it is what it is. This is America, right? And everybody is going on a crusade, right, so to speak, against Christianity, right? They're blaming Christians and religion, and when they say religion, they actually really just mean Christians. They're blaming Christians for Roe v. Wade being overturned, and they're really just kind of coming out and saying exactly what they think about Christianity, right? And again, this is something that we're seeing all over the place in the media, and to me, it's very, very, very disturbing how they're trying to make this all about religion, as if, you have to be religious, specifically a Christian, in order to be against abortion, and that's not necessarily true. But furthermore, the other target that they're going after here is Clarence Thomas, right? And the Democrats do what they always do when they're black conservatives that come out and say things that they don't like, is that they sick the black liberals on the black conservatives to basically say the things that the white liberals actually really want to say, right, about black conservatives, right? And that is what is happening with Clarence Thomas, okay? As we've seen the N-word be spewed all over the place. And they basically just come out and just said exactly what they actually think about black people. And the black liberal that we got to talk about today that is doing the dirty work of the Democrat Party is Whoopi Goldberg, who went on this insane rant on The View against religion and Clarence Thomas in response to Roe v. Wade being overturned. Take a look.
It's necessarily
but don't we have church, separation of
Yes,
no,
we don't anymore.
I mean,
we
Clarence
don't
Thomas
anymore.
needs to have a seance and have Thomas Jefferson there and Alexander Hamilton. Hello?
Yeah.
Do we still have a separation of church and state here? Is in the Constitution?
It's the First Amendment guarantee, and we don't seem to have that anymore.
We're in a theocracy right now.
6 of the 9 want people to have the lives they want, but I don't want to force anybody. I don't want anybody coming in my house telling me how to raise my daughter and what she needs, because they don't know. I appreciate everybody's religion, but I do not subscribe to your religion. I don't ask you to subscribe to mine, and you do not have the right, based on your religious beliefs, to tell me, because what's next, as Clarence Thomas is signaling, they would like to get rid of contraception. Do you understand, sir? No, because you don't have to use it.
But that's crazy.
They don't have to use it.
Everything's on the menu now. Contraception's on the menu. Gay marriage is now probably going to be overturned. Affirmative action is
we were not in the Constitution either.
Well,
we were not even people
he is
in
saying
the Constitution.
Nothing is precedent anymore.
Well, you better hope that they don't come for you, Clarence, and say you should not be married to your wife who happens to be white, because they will move that. And you better hope that nobody says, well, you're not in the Constitution, you're back to being a quarter of a person. Because that's not going to work either. We'll be right back.
Yeah, Whoopi, we have this thing in the Constitution called the amendment process, right, in which she is referencing the 3/5 clause in the Constitution that declares that for representational purposes, enslaved blacks would count as 3/5 of the inhabitants of the number of white inhabitants of the state, right? Which implies that what she's saying is that the Supreme Court could make black people slaves again, right, by making them 3/5 of a person, which applies to slaves, right? That applies to slaves. However, the 14th Amendment, made free black slaves citizens of the United States, okay? We have that amendment there for a reason, so there is no going back, right? There's nothing that the Supreme Court could do to make Clarence Thomas or black people like yourself, right, slaves again, right? It couldn't happen. But see, again, if she knew anything about what she was talking about, she would know that the Supreme Court does not make laws or constitutional amendments, but she doesn't, right? For whatever reason, she's getting paid to talk about this stuff if she knows, okay? I mean, that's probably one of the most ridiculous statements I've ever heard in my life, that the Supreme Court could make black people slaves again. They may come out to Clarence Thomas and make him a slave again. All right, and another myth that we're going to bust here about this opinion from the Supreme Court is that just because Clarence Thomas said that we should revisit these precedents, such as gay marriage, that automatically means that is on the chopping block, right? That the conservative Supreme Court is going to come after gay marriage. When Justice Alito specifically said, when writing for the majority, right, in his opinion, he said, and I quote, "To ensure that our decision is not misunderstood or mischaracterized, we emphasize that our decision concerns the constitutional right to abortion and no other right. Nothing in this opinion should be understood to cast doubt on precedents that do not concern abortion." So, Judge Alito is saying, look, we're not coming after gay marriage and all this other stuff that y'all are saying that we're coming after, okay? Justice Thomas, in a concurring opinion, he expressed that, yeah, we should go back and revisit those precedents. But at this point, Clarence Thomas, in his opinion, is like the equivalent of a personal blog, and him saying, personally, this is how I feel. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the other conservative justices feel that way. In fact, we have more evidence to suggest that the conservative justices, at least Alito and Brett Kavanaugh and John Roberts, probably would not be in favor of overturning gay marriage, right? I don't think they would be in favor of going back and revisiting Overfell versus Hodges, okay, or Loving versus Virginia when it comes to interracial marriage. They're probably not interested in revisiting those cases, to be quite honest with you, okay? So, but they're taking what Clarence Thomas, in his opinion, is just his personal opinion, and trying to extrapolate that to mean that, oh no, the whole court, the whole conservative justices, they all believe this, right? When they specifically said, nah, we don't really want to go back and revisit this stuff. This is just simply about abortion. But again, it's all about fear-mongering, guys. They're trying to fear-monger people and radicalize their base. That's really what they're trying to do, to go out and vote Democrat, right? Like, for example, the whole contraceptive thing. They're trying to say your contraceptive rights are under attack. What does the layman think when they hear that? They think that, oh, Republicans are trying to ban all forms of birth control, right? For example, like condoms or birth control pills that prevent conception, okay? That's what they're saying. That's what their viewers think. Republicans are coming out the condoms, okay? However, that's not the case, right? What's actually happening is that you have some states that do want to ban birth control, in the sense that they want to ban birth control that basically kills a fetus after conception, that stops birth after conception, right? Because that would be the equivalent of abortion, right? That is what some of these states are looking to ban. However, there's no precedent to ban condoms, right? Or to ban birth control pills that prevent conception, okay? I don't think those are on the chopping block, right? But if you listen to these clowns, right, these cackling hens, you would think that they're coming after your right, okay? You would think that they're trying to take away your ability to wear condoms or to take birth control that prevents conception, when that's just simply not the case, okay? There's some forms of birth control, yes, but we don't even know if the Supreme Court is going to revisit Griswold versus Connecticut, okay? The case that basically allowed, people to buy contraceptives without government restrictions. We don't know if they're going to overturn that. Again, we don't have any evidence to suggest that they're actually going to revisit, outside of Clarence Thomas saying that, hey, maybe we should revisit that. But it's just him. It's just him saying that. Okay? Everybody else is not really saying that. But who knows? I'm just saying. I think there's a whole lot of fear-mongering going on here. And people trying to extrapolate Clarence Thomas's opinion to mean that the whole conservative court is, trying to revisit some of these established precedents that we have. Right? But again, the whole point here, guys, really is to anger their base. And they're trying to anger their base around this idea that this is happening because of Christianity, right? This is happening because of Christianity. It is the Christians' fault. It is the fundamentalist Christians' fault. It is the Catholic Church's fault that this is happening, right? This is what they're saying, okay? They're trying to create hatred and animosity towards a certain group of people simply because the Supreme Court is making decisions that seem to be in line with religious freedom, right? And basically granting states more rights to decide what they want to do in their state, right? To me, it seems like the Supreme Court is making decisions that are pro-democracy, right? Hey, if you live in a certain state and, you want access to abortion, hey, vote for it. You know what I'm saying? But for whatever reason, Democrats and leftists and liberals, they don't agree with democracy anymore. They don't like democracy when red states are allowed to exercise their democracy, right? They say, hey, we don't want certain things in our state. So then they turn around and they start to hate democracy, and then they blame it on Christians and religious folks and say, oh, well, it's you guys' fault, right? It's you guys' fault that this is happening, right? again, this right here, it's kind of disgusting, man. And it really is sad to see the attacks on religion because of, you know, some of the decisions of the Supreme Court, just because there are Catholic groups that are bringing a lot of these cases to the Supreme Court. Yeah, a lot of this stuff, like, for example, you know, recently, how the Supreme Court ruled that, you know, Catholic hospitals don't necessarily have to pay for, you know, contraceptives, certain types of birth control. Yeah, religion does play a role in the sense that, yes, there are religious groups bringing some of these cases to the court. But again, that is their right, right? They're trying to defend their rights to follow their belief system, okay? It's almost like these people are attacking religious groups in their right to try to defend their belief systems and to be able to do things their way, right? Again, to me, I just find it fascinating how these people have come out of the woodwork and just raised a crusade against Christianity over some of these Supreme Court decisions that have sided with religious liberties and freedom of speech. Again, I feel like this is a mask-off moment for the Democrats, not only when it comes to the racism that they have in their party, specifically towards black conservatives, but also, again, the animosity they have towards religion, particularly Christianity as well, too, right? Again, a real mask-off moment for the Democrats and the liberal media here. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.